Thank you, Zoom and Ma'am Judy.
Thank you, Ma'am Judith, and thank you, Zoom.
Thank you, Ma'am Judith and Zoom.
Thank you, ma'am, Vijit, and thank you, Zoe.
That's Ma'am Judith, or my sister, and she very kindly helped us out in getting this time limit lifted. So thank you on behalf of a very grateful Lighthouse School, and God bless you. All that. The first thing we should do in the morning is pray. So let's say our morning prayer together. And please put on your mics so that we know you're not just lip syncing it. Okay, good morning, children.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so let us begin. Today we are looking at Vikram Seth, page 141, The Frog and the Nightingale. For those of you who don't know Vikram Seth, he is more famous as a novelist. Now his writing style in this particular poem is written in the style of a parody, and what's mentioned in the book is that it's written as an allegory or a spoof or a parody. So since this is an English class, I want you to learn or understand the meaning of certain words. So let's look at the meaning of allegory first. Allegory, it means a story or a poem or a picture which can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning or a moral or a political or a social message. It's similar to a symbol of something. So this is the meaning of allegory. Now, a spoof is something like a comedy. It's something of an exaggeration and humorous imitation of something. So it's not really to be taken very seriously, the meaning of a parody. Screens, a parody is an imitation. That means you're mimicking or copying something. Once again, a parody is an imitation of the style of a particular person or an artist, and it's deliberately exaggerated. Okay, let's start with the poem itself. Now, the poem has a very simple language. It's not really very difficult to understand. Once upon a time, a frog croaked away in Bengal bog. What is a bog? A bog is an area of wet and muddy ground that is soft. And once upon a time, a frog croaked away in Bengal bog. So he was in a bog. Now, the word that he uses is croaked. Croaked is the sound made by a frog. And it's not a very pleasant sound. It's an irritating sound. So he would do this every night from dusk to dawn. He croaked on and on and on. Now look at the book. AWN. Vikram Seth has just put it for poetic effect so that it rhymes. Dawn on. Nothing else. He has just put it there purposely, deliberately once again for comedic or for dramatic effect. Other creatures loathed his voice. Now what is loathe? Loathe is a word which means a strong feeling of hate or disgust. Let's continue. But alas, they had no choice. So the poor people or the creatures in that Bengal bog, they had no choice and they had to listen to his noise day in and day out. And the crass cacophony. Let's look at the meaning of crass first. It's another word which means stupid. In simple words, the dictionary says showing no intelligence or sensitivity. Now the next word is cacophony. It means a very harsh or a very loud and unpleasant noise. It's similar to, let's say, a truck or a bus horn, which you really don't like to hear. So what the frog would do is he would, regardless of who is around him, he would sing. And he thought that he was a very good singer, but people, they had no choice but to listen to his very stupid, insensitive and silly noise. Okay, the next line says, it blared out from the sumac tree. Blared is another word for noise or putting things at full volume. So here is a lesson for teenagers. You might think that the music that you hear is very pleasant and you like it, but think for others as well. So here the frog blared out with full volume, regardless, he didn't care. He did all this beneath a sumac tree, would have, let's say, provided something like a platform or a stage, or something in a very central area, something like a theater. Now, what it says, it continues, and he repeats it again, is that uh, he minstrelled on till morning night. And he combines the word morning and night. Now, let's look at the meaning of minstrel. Interestingly, minstrel, would refer to a person who painted their face black. For those of you who understand Hindi, so muh kala kar diya, that means you really, made a fool out of yourself. But the actual meaning, the dictionary meaning, is that it is a medieval singer or a musician who would perform or who would sing. In medieval times means the times of the kings and the queens and the emperors and the princes, and they would perform in the royal court. So they would be performing to a very high class audience. What Vikram Seth is trying to say here is that this is a very irritating frog. He has been doing this every night from dusk to dawn. He croaked on and on and on. He minstrelled all till morning night. The poor creatures in that Bengal box, they really had no choice. They had to listen to it. They couldn't really shut him up. All right. So, and this poem, it is a bit of a long poem. So let me break it up part by part. And this will also help you to revise on it. And maybe it will make you a little bit hungry and eager to find out what happens next. So please do read ahead of me.
Now the poem itself actually is a very delightful poem. It's very funny, and at the same time it's very true of real life. I think read the whole poem, you'll get an idea of what I mean. So I won't give the plot away because I think your sir is going to explain that to you. But the poem itself, in a nutshell, indication of life in general and how people can use you for their means. But it's a very lovely poem. It's not very complicated, not very difficult to understand, and I think you'll enjoy reading it.
Yeah, I think what we should understand or reflect upon, even after this meeting, is that how not to irritate others. It is a parody or a comedy, and it be taken, not very seriously. But at the same time, it has a message, which I will not tell you now, and we will explain it gradually and slowly as it goes on. In a society, when you're living together, and right now in the lockdown, you are living in the confined spaces of your own homes. Let us learn to have a little bit of sensitivity and understanding to each other. Small things like, a noise or even an unnecessary word or a comment could irritate. Let us also learn how to be more calm and gentle and understanding to each other. All right?